Hey guys, so back to sharing more of my CDs. So start off, we're going to finish up my Mars Volta CD collection with Nocturnicate. So this was a little bit more synthesizer heavy. A lot of people didn't like this, I don't think. Personally, I really enjoyed it though. One of my favorites from them. There's a look at the back. I really like the artwork for this, as simple as it is. I think it might be, in terms of art, one of my favorites from them. There's a little insert. Next up, getting into my Manchester Orchestra collection. I don't have much, but I was really into this band during their early days. I kind of lost interest in them fairly quickly. It's been a while since I've really listened to any like more current stuff from them, so I have a feeling if I was to check that, I might enjoy it. But I don't know, like I remember around their third album came out, I just kind of lost interest in them. But this is, I'm Like a Virgin Losing a Child. I think of the two albums that I have, this is the one that I prefer. But yeah, it's indie rock, at times a little bit on the more folk rocky side, kind of emo-ish, that sort of deal. Pretty decent as far as the lyrics, I would say. You know, a lot of kind of that raw production going on. I mean, it's pretty decent stuff, but like I said, I just kind of stopped keeping up with the band. And next we have their second album, Mean Everything to Nothing. This comes in a little extra sleeve inside. This somewhere in this album it had. Okay, here's where it is. So this has a bonus track on it, and I can't really see it, but yeah, it has the lyrics for it printed inside there. I mean, not that anybody's going to be able to actually really read that without ripping it apart, but it's in there. Let's see, make sure I was holding it right. Where's the booklet with lyrics? Now we're getting into my Marilyn Manson collection. So there's a main era of Marilyn Manson that I particularly enjoy. So start off with, we have Antichrist Superstar. I think all these CDs I got used. I think there's supposed to be like a slip case over this, but it didn't come with it. But yeah, this is kind of the main album that broke them to the mainstream, produced by Trent Reznor of 9 Inch Nails. The Beautiful People is probably his most popular song. You know, has songs like, you know, Irresponsible Hate Anthem, Little Horn. And yeah, we have one of the big fold-out style inserts. All right, next up, this is my personal favorite Marilyn Manson album. We have Mechanical Animals. This is kind of more glam rock influence. Kind of a little bit more on the melodic side. And I really enjoy it. It just has a barcode on the back of this. It has a nice blue case. Little image on the back there. Disc in the back of it. There's a weird theory. I'm gonna go and flip it upside down here since it kind of flips like that. There's a weird theory that Marilyn Manson actually went through surgery to actually make himself look like that. It was just, it may have been some prosthetics or whatever, digital editing, but either way, that definitely didn't happen. Next up, we have Hollywood. Disc. Yeah, this one's missing about half the teeth, so this kind of just comes loose. But there's a look at it. What's the song? Fight song that's really popular. Really, a lot of the opening tracks are pretty strong, you know. Love song, fight song, Disposable Teens. I mean, that's pretty good. Sequence of tracks there. Big insert there. I have to say the lineup for his band at that time was pretty great. I mean, you had John 5 and Twiggy Ramirez, if I pronounce the name right. Those guys are pretty good musicians. Oh boy. Boy, is this kind of difficult to fold these things up right. And I'm sure you don't want to watch me struggle with that, so I'm just going to set it aside. Alright, so this is kind of awkward. I could have not ordered it like this, but I kind of did it on accident. So I got this on Discogs. The seller like has the option that he'll kind of like remove the jewel case, you know, take all the paper inserts and just kind of, you know, send you the disc and the paper inserts to save on shipping. And since it defaults on the cheapest shipping option, that's kind of what happened. I would have preferred not to have done this, but it happened. So got Marilyn Manson's The Golden Age of Grotesque. It's a pretty decent album, but I think of the ones that I have, this is my least favorite. It gets kind of a bit weird. There's a better word I'm looking for, but it's, I mean, I'd say it's still good, but, you know, Marilyn Manson definitely fairly quickly had a drop in quality. And yeah, I should be able to show you one more album, so I will show you Me Without You's brother, sister. I think it's kind of interesting that I went from Marilyn Manson to Me Without You, but this is a at least somewhat religious band. Their lead vocalist draws a lot of influence from Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And they're actually a pretty good band. I've moved on from a lot of the religious music that I used to listen to, but I mean, what can I say? There's just some passion in his lyrics and great musicianship. I mean, it's just all around good stuff on here. This album's probably my favorite of theirs. They kind of have a certain era where they're kind of experimenting with a more fleshed out sound, you know, instrumentation outside of their typical rock setup. I'll show you their weakest album in my next video, but yeah, this one I kind of feel like did that best. They pretty consistently have great artwork for their albums too. I believe the artist's name is Vasily Kafanoff, who also did some work with Smashing Pumpkins, but yeah, it's really great artist. So I'll show you that cover again real quick, let you appreciate that. So yeah, that is the CDs I'm going to be showing you for today. Like I said, I'll show you the rest of my Me Without You collection in my next video. And I'll show you more CDs and just keep on showing you my collection. So yeah, I'll see you then.